But Stan, have you ever had like any unusual hotel experiences here in the NBA? Talk about first world problems. I'm sure you had a piano in every suite you stayed in.
I had a piano in a few of them, and it was interesting. When I became a head coach, I'll never forget our first game in Miami. I was a head coach. All of a sudden, your room changes and you go to Philadelphia and you always stay in nice hotels, and they're nice rooms, but it's a bed, a desk, a TV, and a shower. And then you walk in and you've got this huge living area and the piano. And I'm thinking, like, what in the heck am I supposed to do with that? Like, really? Like, I'm going to sit down and, like, play the piano here to relieve stress? I mean, it's sort of crazy. So, no, I didn't have bad experiences. I had some ridiculously nice accommodations. But there is one hotel in Milwaukee, the Pfister Hotel, and Patrick Ewing when he was on my staff, he's scared to death of the place because it's supposedly haunted. And he said that when he was playing, he had heard ghosts there and stuff. So nothing happened in the years he was with us, but he absolutely complained about going to that hotel every time. As a matter of fact, because of him, one year we changed and stayed in another place in Milwaukee, but it wasn't nice enough. So we went back to the Pfister, making everyone except Pat happy.
So hold on a second. So you willfully, because the accommodations were so bad at some other Milwaukee hotel, you willfully put poor Patrick Ewing in a situation where he was staying in a hotel he thought to be haunted?
Well, the other hotel wasn't bad. It just, the Pfister was nicer, and it was sort of crazy. He also thought the hotel in Oklahoma City was haunted. Pat was a little, it's just so funny. I mean, this big guy and, very mature, very serious guy, and absolutely convinced that some of these hotels were haunted.
Well, how did this reveal itself to you? Like, how did he?
He would just he would just say, like, that he had problems. I mean, I remember when he first said it at the hotel in Milwaukee, I was seriously tempted to get up in the middle of the night and go down outside of his door and start making noises.
That would have been so great. A ghost with a mustache wearing a blanket.
Well, I wasn't going to go in his room, but I was going to be outside the room.
No, I had the same visual, though. I had you with like a sheet over your blanket.
Oh, gosh.
Why do I picture the mustache outside of the sheet?
That's exactly what the ghost looks like. But also keep in mind that what is being, like, if Patrick Ewing in that state of fear, you do realize that the newspaper stories the next day would be Patrick Ewing kicked the unholy hell out of head coach Stan Van Gundy, who was dressed as a ghost.
Well, and the other thing, though, I realized is it really wasn't a joke to him. He was serious. Yeah. I mean, and so, you don't want to do anything. When somebody's serious about it, rational or not, we've all sort of got our things. I didn't want to contribute to that.
Did he describe the ghost sound? Like, how do you know you're hearing a ghost?
Well, a lot of people, by the way, Stan, that is a famously haunted hotel in baseball circles.
That's what they say. Now, the other hotel I've stayed in, and I stay in a lot when I come to Miami to visit my daughter now that supposedly is haunted, is the Biltmore.
The Biltmore Hotel in
Coral Gables. As a matter of fact, when my kids were in elementary school down there, they would take them on tours, and they would take them up in this one tower, like a bell tower type thing, and supposedly the ghost lives up there, and they do ghost tours at the Biltmore for kids.
The Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee, though, aren't there entire Major League Baseball teams that refuse to stay there? I think the Marlins are one of them. They don't want to stay at that hotel anymore.
There have been bad experiences. We've got to look some of
Most of the time when the Marlins are playing baseball, it's a bad experience.
You had to get that in.
Not the way I thought the show was ending today.
That was a setup right there.
A couple of days removed from the Super Bowl, you guys have just peered into the future, and that is what sports talk feels like. The examination of haunted hotels with Stan Van Gundy, with your tour guide, Patrick Ewing, Oklahoma City, Coconut Grove, and Milwaukee. Thank you, Stan. We'll talk to you again next week.